Sports. It's in the game.
Honey, I dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, man, oh deal with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, honey, y'all dash, 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 yeah. They can't catch up cause they lacking the stamina. Way too advanced to be playing with amateurs. Stay on attack when they tackle like damager. They react and play it back on the camera. Hot boy, just consider me flammable. Sure shot, I got all the intangibles. Need a leash, I'm a beast, I'm an animal. Eat the competition up like a Hannibal. Know the game like I wrote up the manual. I do weekly what you do on the annual. MVP, that decision unanimous. Hit dials, I don't think they can handle it. Battlefield, it's just me and my warriors. Guaranteed we emerge victorious. Years, blood, sweat, tears, it's glorious. I remember when they always ignoring us. Dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, man, oh deal with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on.
Start your week by installing your game plan.
Crash, honey, y'all dash, honey, y'all dash, honey, y'all dash, honey, y'all dash, honey, y'all dash. They slept on the team, now they owe me. I need a ring and a trophy. I say I'm the best cause I am. It's no need in keeping it low-key. I can carve up the D like a turkey or run straight through the D like a train. This year we ain't taking no losses. It's all about making the game. I hear a lot of trash talk. He call himself making a name. I put on the Jets. The coach will regret even letting them stay in the game. Team morale took a tumble. Next time be humble. I'm the lion in the jungle. You just trying not to fumble. Rumble, young man, rumble. Never slip nor stumble. I take off, poof, magic. Now watch me juke through the traffic. Footwork fantastic. Dominating every facet. Treat the pocket like plastic. Here come the blitz, pass it. Got it on smash. Put on the gas. I will not crash. Honey, y'all dash. Honey, y'all dash. Honey, y'all dash.
Shady! Throwing some shade. It's the coach.
They go to the former Saint, Mark Ingram. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson rolling to his right. He's going to take off with it. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain.
A gain of 10 yards. And it's third down.
Number 53. Mike 53.
They'll try to run for the first with Ingram. And he gets it down to the 48. Enough for the first. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. Baltimore was the most run-heavy team in the league last year after Lamar Jackson took over as a starter. And you think about Mark Ingram. He goes from a situation where he was sharing time with Kamara in New Orleans. Now he figures to be the top guy in the Baltimore backfield, although I guess you could say he's kind of splitting time with his quarterback, Lamar Jackson. But a great veteran presence Mark Ingram is behind Jackson. Ingram now in his 9th NFL season. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. And they tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Play action. Now Jackson. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Frank Clark fighting his way home to get the sack. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Jackson. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
And they've got another 1st and 10 as the penalty keeps this drive moving. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. On 2nd down, it's Ingram. The nice footwork gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Jackson. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, his... They'll run with Ingram here to begin the drive. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven 1st down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving him a whole lot of credit and thanking him for that much space to rumble.
He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. On 2nd down, Ingram. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And they're going to have a 3rd down. The Ravens on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This will be 3rd and 5. Yeah, brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. Bit of a surprise. They ran it on 3rd and medium. Proved to be the right call. 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. The quick feet by Jackson.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense.
Now, I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag. but you caused the play.
And it's 6 points for the Baltimore Ravens. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Flush to his right. He'll have a first down past the 40 and all the way up to the 45-yard line. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20. Everyone in this stadium knows Jackson can do that as well as any QB in the league. They talked about limiting some of his running this year, especially the design runs. But he's still going to scramble when he feels he has green in front of him. He led all quarterbacks last year, 695 yards rushing. And keep in mind, 80% of those came in the 7-game stretch when he was named starter late in the season. On 2nd and 2, Jackson got a man. It's Brown. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 16 yards on that one at a Raven first. So we've hit halftime all even at 14 apiece. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. And welcome in everybody to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Time for a look around the...
And we will skip... Jackson on first down, flushed out right, and he's going to keep it here. He'll have a first down past the 40 as he'll get this one up to the 44-yard line.
Face mask. Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
After the penalty, it's Ingram. And just bowling over tacklers. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Jordan Lucas there on the stop.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Here's Snead as they run the jet sweep. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he's going to get it all the way down to the 10-yard line.
This is one of those plays that has an equal chance of either being a big gain or a big loss. But with the college influence, we're seeing more of these plays come into the NFL.
And he will force his way into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson. The drive starts here with a carry by Ingram. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and turn his legs for a really nice pickup.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, it's Jackson, eluding the pressure right. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Partner, it's often that man coverage is easier for a quarterback to run against. You get your receivers going downfield. Those guys are staying with him, and oftentimes they have their back to the quarterback.
And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
They run. It's Mark Ingram. Even with the good footwork, he'll be stopped just inside the 35-yard line. 5 yards gets him back near the original line of scrimmage as he'll be left with a 3rd and long. Here's Jackson. They'll roll him out right, escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well. This is Ingram on 1st and 10.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Ingram will be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it. So those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Flush to his right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
I know I'm supposed to do the analysis here, but I've got to ask, how did he stay alive that long in the pocket?
Yeah, great footwork, which we know he has. If he would have been able to stay alive, get rid of the ball, or run for some yardage, he would have had a very unhappy defensive coordinator, I believe.
No doubt about that.
He gets it to Brown, complete. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 29-yard line. Nice big gain there from Marquise Brown, 1st-round pick out of Oklahoma. Of course, his cousin knows a thing or two about big catches in the NFL. That's Antonio Brown. And now Hollywood hoping to carry on the family tradition of solid production at the wide receiver position. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Now Ingram, he's been busy today. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Derek Nottie came into the league with the reputation of being a good run defender, and he's done nothing to dispel that. Nice play there by him, and he's one of those guys, partner, that when you look at him in shorts and he goes through all the drills, he does just fine. But you put football pads on him, and he turns into the terror we just saw in the last play.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st down in field goal range already. Flushed out right. He'll try and run it. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. One thing that makes him so tough in these 2-minute drills, you got to take into consideration he's mobile.
And that's a big plus for him, but he also has to be careful with that mobility. Sometimes getting rid of the ball and stopping the clock is more important than running around and maybe taking a sack.
Now he'll pull it down, and he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. Throwing now is Jackson. He'll buy some time right. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. One man in the backfield, that's Ingram on 2nd and goal. Now it's Jackson, and he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Taking it in from a yard out, and they're able to break the tie and move out in front here in this 4th quarter.
Hey, that score deserves our respect, deserves our excitement, but I'm looking...
Well, Charles, an absolutely thrilling finish there at the end, down to the final play. Got it close to the goal line, but couldn't punch it in.
How much fun was that ending, though, for us?
We were standing up.
I had to. You had to get out of your seat for that one. That close to the goal line? Oh, that was fun.
So for the Ravens, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And